one of the most immediate impacts of the situation is that tomorrow has been cancelled, and all plans are suspended. But in fact, they're not just suspended; they're annulled, and that's very interesting existentially, very interesting in terms of one's consciousness. Like many others, I tend to live by a diary. I'm doing this at this time and that at another time. I think there's limitations that imposes upon one's awareness. It artificially constricts one in a way, and we don't live as much in the immediate experience as we should do. I think that has intensified over the last years, especially with increasing ability of technology to divide time up, has really increased that. You see in an Indian village, there's no time, or rather the time there is just immediate. It's just unfolding from moment to moment. It's dictated by the sun, the rain, seasons, and people just do what is needed according to the season. But our modern culture, modern civilization, abstracts us from the immediacy of the present. So I see it that the being in this situation a wonderful opportunity to seize the moment and be in the present with what's going on right now without constantly planning and thinking ahead. Of course, I've thought that it's very important to get that sort of message out, and so I've filled my time with plans of study groups and so forth on the internet. But nonetheless, I think that the dramatic change is highly significant.
Another thing I was wondering, I mean, in the natural pattern of your life, you spend a good, I think, half the year, 2 chunks of 3 months in India, very much engaged, rather busy schedules, and then you spend the other 6 months in the hills in Wales. And there's a lot of people out there who all of a sudden in solitude or withdrawn, with unable to engage in the way that they might normally do. I wondered if you had any advice or anything to say to people who found themselves in that situation.
Well, I think the first thing is don't rush into activity. Don't just distract yourself. We very seldom get the opportunity just to be with ourselves without anything going on and without a future, really. So I'd say don't rush to fill the void and stay in it, enjoy it, or at least just face it. It's interesting. I've been studying with a group of friends in India, the Bharatadol, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, so-called, and we've been dealing with what happens immediately after death, which is that the future is suspended, or not suspended, it's abolished, and you're suddenly thrust into the pure light of reality, the luminosity. No future, no past, nothing, just there. And the extent to which you can use that situation is broadly determined by the extent to which you've explored it in life. So I've been very aware that the present situation is a kind of bardo between two. It literally means that is between death and rebirth. So we've died to our old lives, and we've not yet been reborn to the post-viral future. We don't even know what it's going to be like. We really don't know what it's going to be like. It's not going to be like the past, that's for sure. So there's this extraordinary interlude, and I'd urge everybody, myself included, to take full advantage of it, not just to fill it with Netflix and that sort of thing. And of course, the internet offers us infinite distraction. So I would suggest trying to cut down on that and try to just be in the immediate present situation.